with auto insurance discounted, and you should be too.
Deep discounts, personal recommendations, millions of books. Barnes & Noble is now online at barnesandnoble.com.
In tonight's City Under Siege investigations, ordinary citizens are taking the law into their own hands and ticketing drivers for parking violations. It's legal. The ticket writers are all volunteers, and they're recruiting for more now. You might want to have a pen and paper handy after you see Ned Hibbard's report.
See, we got one right here we're coming up on.
Paul Weekly is on patrol, but he's not a cop. Weekly is a City of Houston parking enforcement volunteer. Mostly, he makes sure handicap spaces aren't being taken up by people who don't have disabilities.
So I enjoy it. And it's helping the city, and it's helping the people that's handicapped, and trying to keep things cleaned up for them.
Weekly also shoos people out of fire lanes. If they don't move it immediately, he'll write a citation.
You know you're parked in the fire lane?
We wanted to catch people's unguarded reactions, so we went along with a hidden camera. This man continues unloading empty water bottles even after Weekly points out he's parked illegally. Once Weekly begins writing the $250 ticket, though, the man moves his car. Then he returns to voice his displeasure.
Well, it don't matter, because I guarantee you I can pay that motherfucker. I guarantee you that. I can pay your salary.
As if to demonstrate this fact, the man flashes a $100 bill. He must not realize Weekly puts in his 10 to 20 hours a week for free. He's written almost 1,000 citations so far, but usually he doesn't even have to whip out the ticket book.
There's one in, see, now look at this, see here? See me coming. So, that's where it stops. They pull out.
Weekly even gets some help on this day from an unlikely source, the man he just ticketed for unloading his water bottles in the fire zone.
What about that car right there?
Thank you, sir. I'll go down and get him.
It sounds like a great hobby, doesn't it? I mean, who hasn't wanted to, at some point or another, slip an expensive parking ticket under the wiper blade of some thoughtlessly parked car? Well, that's not really the point.
Our primary goal is the fire lanes and the handicap zones.
Parking enforcement volunteers must take a class to learn exactly what violations they can issue citations for. They're also taught to put the ticket under the wiper blade to avoid confrontations.
Since if I were to hand you the citation, Bob, and you go, I don't want it. I don't want it, okay? Well, that creates a situation. If you're placing it on the windshield wiper, then it eliminates that.
The volunteer program began almost 3 years ago.
Our first volunteers were people who were disabled, and they saw a problem, and they wanted to do something about it.
Today, able-bodied volunteers are welcome as well, and the roster has expanded to about 85, although only a dozen or so are active. That includes Cliff Stouffer.
Good afternoon. I'm going to check the date on your placard. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like most of the volunteers, Cliff has his appointed rounds within the city limits. Self-appointed, that is.
And that one also is good.
And if you're inclined to offer up an excuse, forget it. He's heard them all.
My mother told me to park here. My doctor says I'm pregnant, so I'm allowed to park here. Well, maybe your doctor will pay your ticket.
For City Under Siege Investigations, I'm Ned Hibbard.
Well, if you would like to learn how to become a parking enforcement volunteer, call Houston's Parking Management Division at 713-759-3107 and ask about the Disabled Volunteer Program. Here's the number again, 713-759-3107.
Well, with kids out of school, many parents depend on child care facilities to fill the gap. And when you're choosing a daycare center, it's buyer beware. Most parents know to check out their child's classroom and teacher, but the Better Business Bureau says you have to inspect the daycare center's contract just as closely.
Our biggest complaint pattern on child care or daycare facilities tends to be contract disputes, billing issues. Not so much the kids are getting hurt, getting lost, getting treated badly, as the parents are. As much as you would look the facility over to see that it's got a nurturing, safe environment, make sure it's got a safe environment for you as a consumer. Read the contract.
You heard it. For more tips on choosing a daycare, call the Better Business Bureau, the number 868-9500.
Well, Robert, we'll take another couple of days like this weekend if that's being offered.
Yeah, we had some rain finally after a long drought and some cooler weather. Right now, things are kind of blasé in the weather department, and not a lot is changing, but we're going to let you know the forecast anyway right after this.
Nissan has a $100 challenge that says you'll like our 98 cars and trucks better than Honda and Toyotas. Just test drive any new Nissan from now till July 6th. Then if you still buy or lease a new Honda or Toyota within 30 days, you get $100. So, are you ready for the Nissan $100 challenge? Better yet, our Honda and Toyota. The Nissan $100 challenge. Nissan must receive validated test drive form with required documentation by 8/31/98. Significant restrictions apply.
Home Depot is very serious about paint. We want to be your paint store.
We have everything that you need. All the supplies, all the service.
You can custom tint anything. I mean, you could bring in your shirt and we could match your shirt.
We can mix paint, we can color match paint. We've got everything you need to get a paint job done.
We have the products and the product knowledge that the paint stores have, if not more of it.
Paint your walls quickly without the mess. Use a Wagner paint and roll, power sprayer, or power painter. You'll find them all at the guaranteed low price every day at the Home Depot.
The Quilted Northern Quilters.
First day? Yes, I'm really nervous.
Don't worry, doll. Just keep quilting.
Because that's what makes Quilted Northern so absorbent. Absorbent? I thought it was quilted to be pretty. It's quilted to create thousands of quilted places for moisture to go.
Not like those flat as a pancake sheets made down the street. All that absorbency leaves you feeling clean.
Nice job, dear. Thanks.
Quilted Northern. Quilted to absorb.
Out there, lurking, is the biggest fish story in Texas. The Coastal Conservation Association Chevron D.R. Horton Custom Homes Star Fishing Tournament with $750,000 in prizes, featuring the Texas Ford Dealers Redfish Division with 5 new Ford F-250 trucks, the Star Kids Youth Scholarship Division with 3 $50,000 scholarships, plus high-quality boats, motors, trailers, and more. You have to be a CCA member to enter, so hook it up now, but hurry before it's too late.
Still ahead on Fox News, how Houston women who resemble Ally McBeal can turn their looks into cash. That's still ahead.
Time's wasting. Let's go look at the car. First thing you notice is the simplicity under the hood. Color-coded dipstick so you don't have to look like one trying to find it. Everything is features and benefits. Ever had to change a timing belt? Not here. It's steel. Now, I can talk an hour on this car. Saturn has a safety cage that embraces the whole car. Safety, equipped with crumble zones on the front and the back. Safety, side impact protection system. Safety, stabilizer bar keeps the car level. Safety, anti-submarining rear seat ramp. Safety, polymer. Wait a second, there's more.
Now, Fox Weather with meteorologist Robert Smith.
In Fort Worth, winds topping 40 miles per hour topple a mobile home being moved on Interstate 20 in Dallas, sending it crashing onto I-35. Now, no one was inside the structure when it blew off the bridge, but a motorist traveling on the road below hit the wreckage and was injured. Fort Worth police officers are warning drivers with wide loads to wait until the winds die down. Very windy up there and pretty breezy around here today as well. And we anticipate the winds to kind of stay up a little bit tonight, not quite as windy as today. But again, tomorrow the winds will be right back up there in that 15 to 20 mile per hour range. So right now we're in pretty good shape. We have a partly cloudy sky out there, just a few clouds. We saw the clouds kind of break away as the afternoon and evening hours wore on. Let's go and take a look at that satellite picture, and you'll see a lot of clouds early in the day. We woke up to a lot of clouds, and then as the day wears on, a little system moves off to the east, and we start to see the sky break up and the sun come out late this afternoon and early this evening. But right now we're going to see just the reverse of that. Some clouds start to move in, and by sunrise in the morning we'll be pretty much socked in with some clouds. Nothing more than just maybe a couple little spritzes here of rain. Most of us won't see any rain at all. Now, highs today, we're continuing that warming trend. You'll remember just a few days ago we were seeing high readings in the 60s and 70s statewide. A little bit warmer now with readings in the 90s. It got up to 100 degrees out of Del Rio. And by the way, the hottest spot in Texas today, 106 degrees down at Cotulla, which is just sort of southwest of San Antonio. So right now we have a few clouds out there, a partly cloudy sky, and how about this, 81 at Bush, 81 here at Fox, and 81 degrees down on Galveston Island. The relative humidity is 79%, the wind is blowing from the south at 9, and the pressure is rising. Now, this morning's low was 76, so we had a very warm start to the day, and today's high got up to a very warm 92 degrees. No rainfall since midnight last night. Now, Tuesday's weather map, we will once again start the day with lot of clouds, and as the day wears on, we'll start to see the clouds break up a little bit and some sunshine coming back. We don't anticipate a lot of sunshine, but there will be some. And as much as rain is concerned, just a slight chance of a couple little spotty showers. Most of us will have no rain tomorrow. Focal point for weather, rain in Texas tomorrow will be out in West Texas and on up into the Panhandle for some scattered thunderstorms. It will be dry and nice in the southwest. Some showers will move across the Intermountain region in the northwest, and sunshine on tap from Savannah, Georgia, on down to Miami and on back to Mobile, Alabama, but some strong thunderstorms moving through the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley as well, as a warm front interacts with a low pressure system moving off toward the Atlantic seaboard. So our forecast looks like this tonight. Just some clouds out there, nothing more than a couple little spritzes of rain. Most of us, like I said earlier, will have no rain tonight. A low down around 78, so another warm, muggy evening, a south wind at about 10 to 15. Now for tomorrow, some clouds around, some sunshine. Still kind of breezy though, a 20% chance of a couple of isolated showers. It will not be a rain day as such tomorrow, just a couple of spotty showers. A high of 92, a south wind, kind of windy at 15 to 20. And the extended forecast, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we don't really depart from the theme much here, as the same kind of a weather pattern will hold true, just a couple of spotty showers throughout that time period, and a little bit warmer after some cool weather.
Not bad. At least it's not record heat, so we're okay. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you. Well, kind of warm weather for golfers out there. Mark?
I'll tell you what, this guy who's going to play in the U.S. Open from the Houston area, I don't care how hot it really is. It's going to be even hotter on this guy playing in a tournament like that. Coming up on sports, a club pro from Pearland earns a spot in the U.S. Open golf tournament. We'll have the story and highlights from Detroit, where the Astros play the Tigers. Next on sports.
The Bundys are mourning for Buck the dog.
$1,200 for a funeral.
Tonight at 10 on Fox 26.
Tonight, Magic's got Whitney Houston and Arnold Schwarzenegger on the guest list.
It's hot, hot, hot.
And all this week, he's got X-Files Gillian Anderson and superstar Harrison Ford.
Now that's an all-star lineup.
The Magic Hour.
Tonight at 10:30 on Fox 26.
This segment of Fox News at 9 is brought to you by Walmart.
I've always had a thing for the outdoors, so I jumped at the chance to help Walmart's environmental program adopt a section of the San Marcos River. Our job is to keep it clean and make sure it stays a safe place for our kids, and even their kids. But it's even more important than that, because it's not only our playground, it's also home to several endangered animals and plants. That's why Walmart's been involved with the environment for years, because we live here too. And we believe good works.
We've got a secret recipe at Boston Market, something that makes our double marinated chicken extra special. It's why our mashed potatoes are so heavenly, and why all our meals are so fresh and delicious. What's our secret recipe? It's really quite simple. Great food, the very best people, and excellent prices. So come on in and try our recipe. We'll do the cooking for you, and we guarantee 100% satisfaction, or your meal's on us. Only at Boston Market.
You can't buy it or earn it. And no matter how wisely you invest it, the amount you have will never increase. At Wells Fargo, we think the person who said time is money didn't place a high enough value on time. That's why we believe being fast isn't just a matter of speed. It's a matter of respect.
A cop.
Me?
A robber.
It's your first time being around. You're doing great.
Stop! Get your hands in the air! They were made for each other.
Sure, easy to talk to.
But sometimes your career...
Ever wear one of these?
I don't ski. ...can kill a relationship.
Turn around and get your hands up now! Hey, hey, hey! Putting holes in your car!
George Clooney, Jennifer Lopez, Bing Rames, and Albert Brooks.
Be surprised what you can get and ask for it the right way.
Out of Sight. Rated R.
Now, Fox Sports with Mark Berman.
Hi again, the Astros come from behind against the Tigers to win on the road 9-5. With the game tied at 1 in the third, Detroit takes the lead when Tony Clark doubles off Sean Bergman, scoring Joe Ronda. And the Astros are down 2-1. But not for long. Top of the fourth, Carl Everett hits another home run, a 2-run shot, and Houston retakes the lead 3-2. In the 5th, the Tigers score twice to go back on top. Randa with the base hit scoring the ex-Astro Brian Hunter, and Houston is down 4-3. In the 7th, with Houston down 5-3, the Astros get one back from a former teammate. Doug Brocail uncorks the wild pitch, scoring Craig Biggio from third, and it's 5-4 Tigers. In the 9th, the Astros score 5 times to take the lead. All the damage off former Astro reliever Todd Jones. Derek Bell's one-out double scores Craig Biggio, and it's 5-all with 2 outs. The Astros up 6-5. Carl Everett with another big hit, a double scoring Bell and Bagwell, and then a throwing error is going to get Carl home. Houston leads 9-5. The Astros go on to win it 9-5. Also, Toronto and Florida tied in the 10th. Cleveland shuts out Pittsburgh. Baltimore winning in the 7th. The Mets take care of Tampa 3-0. Boston leads Atlanta in the 9th. Kansas City 8, Milwaukee 5 in the 6th. The Cubs are winning, and if they do win, Houston and Chicago remain tied for first in the National League Central. Mark McGwire hits his 29th, but the White Sox still lead St. Louis 8-4 in the 6th. Well, the landlord of Compaq Center, Chuck Watson, who also owns the Houston Aeros hockey team, reacted today for the first time since Rockets owner Les Alexander announced he's dropping his lawsuit to try and get out of his lease, which runs through the year 2003.
Well, I found it very positive. I mean, it was a step that needed to be taken if we're going to kind of move forward with the city and with the new arena and for, for basketball and hockey. Any situation, any business